Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. I changed up the schedule this week with Thanksgiving in the middle, but starting next week and through Christmas, this podcast will come out 4 days a week. On Monday and Wednesday, you'll get me doing the normal thing. On Tuesday and Thursday, Aster Ireland's going to help out, and we're going to do 5 good news Christmas stories, all right? But let's do a normal episode today. Good news, I can teach you how to eat your Pringles correctly. Yeah, you've been doing it wrong, we've learned. You see, when most people grab a Pringle out of the can, they pop it right in their mouth with the top of the chip facing up. You're not supposed to do that. Think of holding the chip sideways, if that makes sense. This according to social media user Aaron. He explained on a TikTok that most people eat the snack with the saddle shape sitting lengthways along the tongue with the edges facing down. However, most of the flavoring is on the top of the chip, which is the side facing the top of your mouth. He went on to explain if you rub a Pringle, you'll feel which side has the most of the seasoning on it. That should be the side facing down towards your tongue. The Pringles website has confirmed this theory, although they say you can eat Pringles however you want. But add, there are some people who claim the best way to eat them is with the top of the chip, the side facing the lid of the can facing down. By the way, the saddle shape of a Pringle is mathematically known as a hyperbolic paraboloid, which allows for easier stacking and minimizes the risk of broken chips during transport. They're actually only flavored on one side, but this rubs off on, the chip above it, giving the impression that both sides have flavor. Are you following the moose on social media? This is actually the story that made me say, let me do one more this week. A herd of followers are tracking a moose on the loose in central and southern Minnesota. The moose was spotted on Tuesday of this very week, 140 miles northwest of Minneapolis. Fans have been tracking the young male moose for weeks and posting updates on a Facebook page that has more than 18,000 followers now. The moose is known by both the names Bullwinkle and Rut. The latter an homage to the scatterbrained moose from the movie Brother Bear. Bullwinkle, well, that's Bullwinkle the moose, right? KFGO tells us moose typically only roam in northern Minnesota, making the now famous moose's visit to the central and southern parts of the state a rare treat. Todd Froberg is the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources Big Game Program Coordinator, and he said the young moose is likely looking for home territory or other moose and is expected to continue moving north. He's lost and he's trying to get home to his family. Amateur moose tracker Brenda Johnson suspects that Rut traveled from North Dakota through South Dakota and Iowa before coming back to Minnesota based on news reports of moose sightings in South Dakota that match the description. Danielle Magginson, a moose enthusiast, said, "It's almost like seeing a unicorn. They're just really beautiful animals. We don't get a chance to see them around our area." Good news for a dolphin that got caught up in a fishing line. Jose Ramon Perez and Miguel Rodriguez were boating off the coast of Spain when they found the dolphin tangled up, with mother dolphin desperately trying to keep baby dolphin afloat. The baby's tail was tangled in a rope that was pulling it underwater, but the two men said mom dolphin wouldn't leave its side and kept trying to lift it up so it could breathe. Jose wanted to help. He called local authorities, who connected him with Equinac, a local conservation charity. Jose said, "I saw something floating, but it wasn't actually floating at the surface. It was underneath. Miguel said it was a dolphin, but I thought it was strange because it hadn't moved at all. The mother was trying to call us. When we got there, mom dolphin didn't leave baby dolphin's side for a second. She was holding its head up the whole time, and the rope was even shoed. The rope was tied to an anchor, but with guidance from the charity, the pair was able to cut the rope. Everybody's okay in the end." Surgeons have performed the world's first transplant of an entire human eye. Aaron James had an accident with a high-voltage power line that destroyed most of his face and one eye. His right eye still works, but surgeons at NYU Langone Health hoped replacing the missing eye would yield better cosmetic results for his new face. James said, "It feels good. I still don't have any movement in it yet. My eyelid, I can't blink yet, but I'm getting sensation now. You got to start somewhere. There's got to be a first person somewhere. Maybe you'll learn something from it that'll help the next person." Dr. Eduardo Rodriguez said, "We're not claiming that we're going to restore sight, but there's no doubt in my mind we're one step closer." Face transplants are rare and risky. James is only the 19th in the U.S. and the 5th that Rodriguez has performed. During the 21-hour operations, surgeons added another experimental twist. When they spliced together the donated optic nerve to what remained of James's original, they injected stem cells from the donor in hopes of spurring its repair. And let me leave you on a light note. This one's a little naughty, okay? So if you don't like naughty, why don't you check out. It's not too naughty, but it's a little naughty. Some shoppers were mortified by a rude Christmas ornament. Uh-oh. It's a reindeer, but it's very detailed. How detailed is it, Johnny Mac? Let's see. When you turn it over, it's really detailed. When it's right side up, it has huge antlers. When you turn it over, It's really detailed. On social media, plenty of hilarious comments, including one person who said, well, at least we know it's definitely a stag. That's your 5 good news stories for today. See you on Monday with the regular ones, and then Tuesday we'll do Christmas, and Wednesday normal, and Thursday Christmas. Have a good weekend.